Welcome to the Explainer. So, you want to sell your hand tools in the massive Indian market? Well, there's one little acronym that can either throw the doors wide open for you or slam them shut. BIS. Today, we're going to break down exactly what that means and how you can make it work for you. If you're nodding your head yes to this question, then you already know the opportunity is huge. But here's the thing. The risks of getting it wrong are just as big. And the difference between a successful launch and a shipping container of your tools just sitting at customs, it often comes down to those three little letters, BIS. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to break this down into 5 simple parts. First up, what this standard is all about. Then, who actually needs to get certified. After that, we'll walk through the exact 4 steps to get it done, and, of course, why it's totally worth the effort. Finally, we'll touch on how to get through it all without pulling your hair out. Okay, so let's dive right in. Section 1, what is this mandatory standard, really? You know, every country has its own way of ensuring quality, its own gatekeepers. And for India, it all starts with one key organization. And that organization is the Bureau of Indian Standards, or BIS for short. Now, the easiest way to think of them is as the official quality watchdog for the entire country. Their whole job, their entire mission, is to make sure that products, everything from electronics to, yes, hand tools, are safe, reliable, and up to snuff before they ever hit the shelves. And you've got to understand, this is so much more than just ticking a box on some government form. In a market that is absolutely packed with options, having that BIS certification is a direct signal to your customers, to your distributors, that your stuff is the real deal. It's not just a requirement. It's basically your license to build trust. And this isn't some vague all tools kind of rule. No. The regulations get super specific. We're talking about pipe wrenches with their own standard code, open-ended spanners with theirs, combination pliers. You get the idea. Each one has its own specific standard. That level of detail really shows you just how seriously they take quality control over there. All right, so that naturally leads to the next big question, right? Who exactly is on the hook for all this? Is this something only for local Indian companies, or is the net cast a little bit wider? Well, the answer couldn't be simpler. It's for everyone. The rule applies right across the board, no exceptions. It doesn't matter if your factory is in Mumbai or Munich. If your goal is to sell these specific hand tools in India, you have to play by the exact same set of rules. Okay, so now for the big one. How do you actually do it? I know, the phrase government certification can sound, well, pretty intimidating. But the whole journey from starting your application to getting that final approval really just boils down to 4 clear steps. First up, you've got the paperwork. This is where you file your application and get all your documents in order with BIS. Step 2, your products go under the microscope. They get sent to a BIS-approved lab for some really rigorous testing. Then, for step 3, the inspectors come to you. A BIS official will actually come and do an in-person audit of your factory. And if you clear all those hurdles, you get to step 4, the finish line. You're granted the official license. And that license is the key, because it gives you the right to use the coveted ISI mark. And trust me, this little symbol is a powerhouse in the Indian market. For any customer, it's an instant visual promise. It says, hey, this isn't some cheap knockoff. This is the real deal. It's been tested and it's safe. So you've jumped through the hoops. You've done the paperwork, the testing, the inspection. What's in it for you? What's the big payoff for all that effort? Let's talk about that, because this is way more than just a regulatory headache. It's actually a pretty smart business move. Yeah, the benefits really come in 2 flavors. On the one hand, you get the legal green light to actually sell your products. Plus, you gain that market credibility that helps you win bigger deals, like government tenders. That's your offense. Then you've got your defense. You're protected from the massive risk of having your shipments turned away at the border or getting hit with huge fines. So it's about opening doors and protecting your back. Okay, so the benefits are clear, but let's be real for a second. What does it actually take to get through this process without any major hiccups? And here's the honest truth. While the steps are straightforward, putting it all together can be a real logistical puzzle. You're juggling a ton of detailed paperwork, you're coordinating with labs on their schedules, and you're prepping for an official factory inspection. If just one little detail falls through the cracks, it can really derail the whole thing. And because it can get so complex, a lot of companies, both big and small, choose to bring in expert consultants who live and breathe BIS certification. They basically manage the entire process for you, the paperwork, the lab coordination, getting you ready for the inspection. It can end up saving a manufacturer a ton of time, money, and frankly, a lot of stress. So at the end of the day, it's pretty simple.
India has set its standard for quality. It's the cost of admission, and it's the benchmark for earning trust in one of the biggest markets on the planet. The real question is your business ready to meet it?